My name is Ana Martinez, and until 2 weeks ago, I was known simply as the sister-in-law who cleans houses. At least, that's what Veronica, my brother Carlos's wife, told everyone. The truth was far more complicated. Yes, I cleaned houses, but not out of necessity. It was part of my undercover investigation as the new owner of Luna Corporate Group, one of the country's largest corporations. It all started 6 months ago, when I inherited the business empire of my adoptive mother, Diana Luna. The corporate world had no idea I existed. Diana had adopted me in secret when I was a teenager, after I lost my biological parents in an accident. Anna, Diana told me on her deathbed, I kept your adoption a secret for a reason. I want you to see people's true character before taking control of the company. Among the group's businesses was Luna Services, a cleaning and maintenance company, where Veronica worked as CEO. My job there was part of my evaluation of the group's different divisions. The irony, my brother Carlos knew nothing about my adoption or my real position. We'd grown apart years earlier when he married Veronica, and she decided I wasn't refined enough for her new social circle. Sweetheart, I overheard her say at their wedding, I get that you love your sister, but she really can't sit at the main table. She'll clash with the decor. My brother, weak under his new wife's influence, relegated me to a back table. 4 years, I endured her snubs and humiliations, mainly because Diana had advised me to keep a low profile while learning the business from the ground up. Power isn't in the title, she used to tell me. It's in understanding every gear of the machine. So I cleaned houses. I watched. I learned. And I took notes. I saw how Veronica mistreated employees, embezzled funds, and sabotaged anyone who threatened her position. The final straw came 3 days ago, at the company's annual party. I was working the event as part of the cleaning staff when it happened. Veronica, already drunk, spotted me wiping down a table near her group of executives. Look who's here, she exclaimed with fake surprise. My dear sister-in-law. Anna, come here. I want my colleagues to meet the family. I approached, knowing exactly what was coming. This is Anna, my husband's sister, she introduced me with a malicious smile. One of our most dedicated employees. She cleans houses for us. Isn't it inspiring? It shows anyone can get a job if they work hard enough. The executives laughed nervously, uncomfortable with her obvious cruelty. In fact, she continued, raising her glass, I propose a toast to Anna, who reminds us there will always be people born to serve others. At that moment, my phone vibrated. It was a message from Jorge, Diana's lawyer. Everything's set for tomorrow. The paperwork is ready. Veronica noticed my top-of-the-line phone and frowned. Well, seems like cleaning pays better than I thought. Or do you have a sugar daddy, sweetheart? No, Veronica, I replied calmly. I'm just good at managing my money. By the way, how's that audit of your corporate expenses going? Her smile faltered. What? Oh, nothing, I said, picking up my tray. Just wondering if you've explained the $500,000 that vanished from the maintenance budget last month. Veronica turned pale. How do you know? Walls have ears, dear sister-in-law. And so do the people who clean them. I turned to leave, but she grabbed my arm. Are you threatening me, maid? No, Veronica. I'm just warning you. Tomorrow's going to be a very interesting day. What does that mean? Before she could finish, the lights dimmed, and the interim CEO took the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, he announced, I have an important announcement. Tomorrow, you'll meet the new CEO of Luna Corporate Group. Veronica let go of my arm, smirking. It must be Miranda Del Valle. I've been buttering her up for months to get that promotion. Are you sure about that? I asked, peeling off my cleaning uniform, revealing an executive suit underneath. The color drained from her face when she saw the name embroidered on my blazer. Luna. No. Veronica stumbled back like she'd seen a ghost. That's not possible. The executives around her started murmuring, connecting the dots. Just then, my brother Carlos pushed through the crowd. What's going on? Veronica, you look pale. You're your sister, Veronica stammered. Hello, Carlos, I said softly. I think it's time we had a family talk. Before anyone could respond, Jorge, the lawyer, appeared at my side. Ms. Luna, everything's ready in the boardroom. Carlos's eyes widened. Ms. Luna! Anna, What the hell is happening? Follow me, I said. Both of you. In the boardroom, Jorge had set up a presentation. As Carlos and Veronica sat, still in shock, the screens lit up with photos of me and Diana Luna from 15 years ago. It started when we lost our parents, I began. Carlos, you left for college, and I was alone. What you never knew is that Diana, then my legal guardian, adopted me. Why didn't you tell me? Carlos demanded. Why didn't you visit me in 5 years, Carlos? Why did you let your wife treat me like trash at your wedding? Veronica tried to interrupt, but I silenced her with a look. Diana educated me, prepared me, and finally, she named me her heir, but made me promise one thing. Before taking control, I'd learn the business from the bottom up. Jorge began passing out folders. Veronica, in this folder, you'll find documented proof of every peso you've embezzled over the last 3 years. Every fraudulent contract. Every bribe. Every abuse of power. Veronica opened it with shaking hands. This is a misunderstanding. The $500,000 you transferred to your personal Cayman Islands account. I projected the bank statements onto the screen. Or the contracts you awarded to shell companies owned by your brother. Carlos stared at the documents, horrified. Veronica, what did you do? I did it for us, she screamed. To maintain the lifestyle you wanted. The lifestyle you wanted, Carlos corrected coldly. I never asked for any of this. Anna, please. Veronica's tone turned desperate. We can fix this. We're family. Asterisk. My laugh was bitter. Like when you told everyone at the wedding I was the help. Or when you lied to Carlos, saying I'd refused his Christmas invitations. Asterisk. Carlos whirled on her. What? Jorge pulled out an envelope. Every letter she wrote you, Veronica intercepted and destroyed. My brother took the copies with shaking hands. Letters where I'd written about my life, how much I missed him, about Diana. I can't believe this, he whispered. Suddenly, Veronica slammed her fists on the table. You can't do this to me. I have connections. I'll call Miranda Del Valle right now. Miranda Del Valle? I smiled, pressing a button on my phone. The door swung open, and in walked Miranda herself, but not as the powerful executive Veronica expected. Ms. Luna, Miranda said, handing me a file. The documents you requested on Mrs. Veronica's attempted bribery. Veronica collapsed into her chair. No. You tried to bribe Miranda? Asterisk, I asked, though I already knew the answer. She offered me $2 million, Miranda confessed. To influence the board? With the money you stole, I added. Carlos stood, his face a mask of disgust and betrayal. Anna, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. But Veronica was already dialing frantically. Who are you calling? Carlos demanded. My lawyer. This isn't over. I have dirt on this company. If you fire me, I'll go to the press. You mean this dirt? Jorge projected another set of documents. Every file Veronica had been collecting, her so-called leverage. How? Veronica gasped. Walls have ears, dear sister-in-law, I repeated. And I've been listening for a long time. Veronica knocked her chair over, hysterical. This is a setup. You can't. We can, I said calmly. And we already have. Jorge displayed one final document. A full report going to the district attorney first thing tomorrow. Embezzlement. Bribery. Extortion. Corporate fraud. No. Veronica hyperventilated. You can't prove anything. I played a recording from my phone, Veronica's own voice. Of course I stole it. Those cleaning idiots don't deserve half their pay. And who'd believe a maid like my sister-in-law? Carlos covered his face. All this time, I've been living a lie. You have 2 choices, Veronica, I said. 1, resign now. Return every stolen cent. And stay away from this company and my family forever. 2, face a public trial, prison, and the total ruin of your reputation. And my brother, she spat. A last-ditch manipulation. You'll throw him out too? Carlos is my brother, I said. Unlike you, family means something to me. I turned to him. I'm offering you a job here. One where you start from the bottom and learn the business the right way. No shortcuts? No special treatment? He asked, a faint smile forming. Exactly how I did it. Veronica looked between us, watching her control evaporate. Fine. she finally whispered. I'll resign. I'll return the money. But I need time. You have 24 hours to wire everything back, Jorge interrupted. Your resignation papers are ready to sign. As Jorge led her away, Carlos pulled me aside. Ana, I know. I cut him off gently. We'll talk later. Epilogue. A month later, I stood in the boardroom as CEO. My first act: scholarships for orphans and better wages for cleaning staff. Veronica returned every penny and moved to another city. Last I heard, she's a department store salesgirl. Carlos and I rebuilt our relationship. He started at the lowest level in the company, and this time, he's doing it for the right reasons. Last week, an older cleaning employee asked me, Ms. Luna, why do you still come to these trainings? You don't have to pretend to be one of us. I'm not pretending, I said. I am one of you. Because the ground floor is where you learn the most important lessons. That night, I found an old letter from Diana. Ana, when I first saw you in that orphan program, I recognized the same hunger for justice I had at your age. Power isn't a crown, it's a tool. Use it to lift others up. I keep it on my desk as a reminder. And when people ask how a mere cleaner became CEO, I smile and say, because I learned real change starts at the top. P.S. Veronica emailed me last week, a long apology and a plea to meet. My reply: forgiveness, like respect, is earned through actions. Prove you've changed. Then we'll talk. So far, silence. But if Diana taught me anything, it's that second chances exist, for those willing to start from the bottom and work for them.